Here with the Walking Cruiser, and today I'm in Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, on a port stop. And in this video, I'll cover some of the top places to see, ways of getting around, and how we got to see the most of Lisbon when you know you're short on time. When you have just 8 hours in this vibrant city, here's my guide for how to make the most of it. Arriving to Lisbon by cruise ship was a special experience. Up at the crack of dawn, coming in from the Atlantic up the Tagus estuary, watching the slow approach to the city. About to pass under the suspension bridge named after the 25th of April to commemorate the coup that took place in 1974. The bridge has actually been here since 1966. And bears similarity to the San Francisco Suspension Bridge. Now, passing under this bridge was a bit terrifying. I'm sure they check all the tides and clearances in advance, but it looks pretty tight to me. We are on Liberty of the Seas, a Freedom-class ship in the Royal Caribbean Fleet. To see the full ship tour and review of the recent $100 million amplification, head over to the channel, and I'll provide a link to that video in the description. It was indeed a beautiful, scenic way to arrive into Lisbon. The cruise port is central to the city, so that's always a big bonus. Lisbon is on a hill, quite a steep hill, and you'll find these viewpoints called Miradouros scattered throughout. The higher you go, the better the view. This one was only a 15-minute walk to get to. This central plaza is Rossio Square. It's been a main plaza for centuries. A big open space with a fountain and a monument to King Pedro IV. Look down at the pavement. Looking down in Lisbon is almost as fascinating as looking up. This is an example of Lisbon's iconic tiled footpaths known as Calçada Portuguesa, or Portuguese pavement. These decorative walkways stretch across the city's plazas and sidewalks, so look out for them. The Santa Justa elevator is an example of how people moved around this hilly city. The elevator was to connect this lower neighborhood in the Baixa or downtown to the higher streets of the next neighborhood. Built in the early 20th century, it's very ornate, in neo-Gothic style. It's the only vertical elevator left in the city, so a historic landmark. There's a viewing platform at the top and a walkway which juts into the top floor of the building there. It was unfortunately closed for maintenance for our visit, but you could check with Lisbon Tourism if it would be open for your visit. This small square is the gateway to the Barrio Alto neighborhood. Exploring Lisbon on foot is possible, but options for getting around are plenty. You've got a vast tram network, the metro system, one working funicular, buses, or these tuk-tuks too, which you see everywhere, for a private tour option. Another example of the intricate Portuguese pavement here. And at the center of the square is a monument to 16th century poet Luís de Camões. We're down by the water now at the Praça do Comércio. This vast waterfront square is a commercial center. The main tourist information office is here. This used to be where the royal palace stood until it was destroyed by the infamous Great Earthquake. Now there are shops, restaurants, and cafes where you can enjoy its great riverside location. This is the Rua Augusta Arch, which has the option to go up and for great views. Rua Augusta is a picturesque pedestrianized street. It's definitely a must-see on your visit. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and head over to the channel for more cruise reviews and port guides. And why not subscribe to keep up with the latest. Just there is the 25th of April bridge that we passed under very early this morning. We're going to head in that direction shortly after a quick lunch on Liberty of the Seas, which is conveniently docked just there. More than just the city, this region surrounding Lisbon is accessible too. We'll jump over to Almada later in the video. This is how we decided to make the most of our port stop in Lisbon. A tour on an amphibious craft with a guide. Through the city streets with a good guide to let you know what you were seeing, what the significance is. Sometimes if you were just walking on your own, you can miss out on that. Passing the Praça de Comércio again, which is a transport hub. You see more of the tuk-tuks and the trams. So many transport options here. We're heading west, away from the historic center of Lisbon, but there are some must-see attractions this way, and this tour is good for covering more distance. We've reached one of the local marinas, and this tour is about to get interesting. Okay, that was a faster introduction to the river than I expected. Right, this tour bus is amphibious, so we'll get to admire the sights from the river. We're going to sail past two main points of interest, Belém Tower and the Monument to the Discoveries. The Monument to the Discoveries, which you can see now just up ahead. But first, the Belém Tower. It made the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1983 and is an easily recognizable symbol of the city of Lisbon. It was the ceremonial gateway to Lisbon in the Middle Ages. It was a fortress and a prison. You can visit the inside, although I think you could admire it best from the water like we did. Back to land. We got to see the Monument to the Discoveries from the water, but now we're going to have a closer look as the tour includes a stop there. I do recommend this tour. The guide and the driver were entertaining and I learned a lot. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. This is Padrão dos Descobrimentos, or Monument to the Discoveries, which was erected to celebrate the Portuguese age of exploration during the 15th and 16th centuries. Finished in 1960, it is a popular tourist site, adorned with statues of the Portuguese explorers of the past. Some famous names like Magellan, Prince Henry the Navigator, Vasco da Gama, and the poet Luís de Camões, who we saw earlier. You can climb to the top for an admission fee, or just admire the statues from ground level. At the center of the square, inlaid in the ground, is a compass rose. The design is 50 meters across, and at the center is a map of the world depicting the main targets of Portuguese exploration. This tour price is €30 per person in the off-season. Expect a surcharge in the high season of July and August, and they do tend to sell out, so if you know your visit date, try to book in advance. We actually booked through the cruise excursions, which was lucky in this case because our itinerary changed, and Royal Caribbean rebooked it for us on the new day. To explore all the neighborhoods of Lisbon, one day would never be enough, but it was definitely enough time to get a flavor and see what makes Portugal unique. This is one of 4 funicular lines in Lisbon to help travel up the steep streets. Unfortunately, it's not operating at present. In fact, only one funicular, the newest one, has reopened since the accident on the Gloria funicular in 2025, which uncovered some safety concerns. For the ultimate view of Lisbon, you need to cross to the other side. Here is the monument to Christ the King. It was inspired by Christ the Redeemer statue atop Corcovado in Rio de Janeiro. This Catholic sanctuary is open to the public. The viewing platform is 82 meters up, but being on a mount already provides sweeping views of the entire city and the Tagus estuary. Located in Almada, across the river from Lisbon, you can reach it by ferry, bus, or taxi, so easy to include it in your visit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have an upcoming port stop in Lisbon. I am the Walking Cruiser. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, and don't forget to head over to the channel for more ship tours, port guides, and all things cruise. Bye for now, and see you in the next video.